quick summary. Number one, that this crucifixion is a fiction, that it didn't happen. The way the Christians claim, those things didn't happen. Number one, he was reluctant to die. He didn't want to die. He didn't come prepared to come for any type of sacrifice. Luke chapter 22 verse 36, you'll find he's preparing for a fight. And had he come to die, there was no need for him to tell his disciples to go and arm themselves. Number two, he beseeched God for help. Matthew chapter 26 verse 39. Number 3, God heard his prayers. Hebrews chapter 5 verse 7. Number 4, an angel of God came to strengthen him. Luke chapter 22 verse 43. Pilate finds Jesus not guilty. It's good reason to keep Jesus alive. John chapter 18 verse 38. Number 6, Pilate's wife shown a dream in which she was told that no harm should come to this just man. In other words, that he should be saved alive. Matthew chapter 27 verse 19. Number 7, supposed to be on the cross for only 3 hours. According to the system in vogue, no man could die by crucifixion in so short a time, which means that even if he was fastened to the cross, he was alive. Number 8, the other two, his crossmates on the respective crosses, were alive. So Jesus too, for the same period of time, must be alive. John chapter 19 verse 32. But when they came to Jesus and saw that he was dead already, saw what? That he was dead already. As is, on page 36 and 37 and 38, I give you a list of 11 different persons in the newspapers who were certified dead and they were not dead. By doctors with stethoscopes, they were pronounced dead and they were not dead, they came back to life. And there is a society in England, I have given you the picture of the society of people who have come back from the dead. Were they all resurrected? No. But they were certified dead. This man, seeing a person on the cross, he thought he was dead and he saw that he's dead already. I said, what does it mean, and saw? When doctors make mistakes in the Crucifixion hospital, where Chris Barnard operates, a white woman was certified dead and put into the mortuary, next morning she came out alive. When you make mistakes by the day, certifying people dead when they're not dead, what this means? That he was dead already. So I said, Jesus was John 19:33, that there was a mistake there in seeing. Number 9, Encyclopedia Biblica, under article cross, column 960 says that when the spear was thrust, Jesus was alive. We didn't write the Encyclopedia Biblica. Number 10, and when they launched him on the side with the spear, so forthwith they came out blood and water, which is a sign of life. Number 11, his legs not broken as a fulfillment of prophecy. I said legs can be of any use only if Jesus was alive. And this is the fulfillment of prophecy, says the Christian. He keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. Psalms chapter 24 verse 20. Number 12, there was a thunderstorm, earthquake and darkening of the sun, all within 3 hours, to disperse the sadistic mob, to enable his secret disciples to help keep him alive. Number 13, the Jews doubted his death. They suspected that he had escaped death on the cross, that he was alive. And now the next day, they go to Pilate, the chief priests and Pharisees come together into Pilate saying, Sir, we remember so-and-so, and we don't want to make another mistake like we had made in the first, that the last error shall be worse than the first error. What was the first error they made? You know what? They allowed the body to come down without breaking his legs. Now they want to make doubly sure, but they missed the bus. The Jews missed the bus. Last night, there was in the Argus that they didn't miss the bus. In Palestine, in 25 seconds, they killed 3 Arabs, and who were out to do some terrorist business, they killed 3. They didn't miss the bus there. But here, in the Bible, Matthew chapter 27, verses 62 to 64, they missed the bus. Because the next day they go along to make the sepulchre secure. Next day, after the horse has bolted, you go and lock the gate. There's something wrong with you. The Bible says, next day, Pilate, number 14, Pilate marvels to hear that Jesus was dead. So Pilate marveled if he were already dead. And calling to him the centurion, he asked him whether he had been any while dead. Mark chapter 15, verse 44. You only marvel if you know the thing that they're talking didn't happen. If you take a man to a firing squad and you put 6 bullets through him, and if he dies, there's nothing to marvel. But if he didn't die, you marvel. Now Pilate marvels that, look, no man can die within 3 hours. In other words, according to his experience, the man is alive. Number 15, big roomy chamber, close at hand and big and airy for willing hands to come to the rescue. Providence was out to keep Jesus alive. Number 16, stone and winding sheets had to be removed, only necessary if Jesus was alive. John chapter 20 verse 1. Number 17, report on the winding sheets. German scientists who carried out experiments on the Shroud of Turin said that the heart of Jesus had not stopped functioning, that he was alive. Number 18, he was ever in disguise. Disguise not necessary if Jesus was resurrected. Only necessary if he was alive. John chapter 21 verse 4. Number 19, he forbade Mary Magdalene to touch him. Touch me not, for this reason that it would hurt, because he was alive. John chapter 20 verse 17. Number 20, not yet ascended unto my Father. In the language of the Jew, in the idiom of the Jew, he was saying, I am not dead yet. In other words, I am alive. John chapter 20 verse 17. Number 21, Mary Magdalene not afraid on recognizing Jesus because she had seen signs of life before. She was looking for a Jesus who was alive. John chapter 20 verse 16. Number 22, his disciples petrified on seeing Jesus in the upper room. All the knowledge about the crucifixion was from hearsay. Therefore, they could not believe that Jesus was alive. Two had Almal, Hamfarlat and Khaflach. They were not there. Number 23, ate food again and again in his post-crucifixion appearances. Food only necessary if he was alive. Luke chapter 24 verse 43. Number 24, never showed himself to his enemies because he had escaped death by the skin of his teeth. He was alive. Number 25, took only short trips because he was not resurrected, not spiritualized, but alive. He went to Emmaus. He went to the upper room, back again after 8 days. He only took short trips because he was not resurrected. Otherwise he would have gone up to heaven. No sense in going and coming back, up and down, not from heaven to down and up above. He's going around, in and around Jerusalem all the time. Number 26, testimony of men around the tomb. They say, why seek ye the living among the dead? Why are you looking for a live person among dead people in the cemetery? Luke chapter 24 verse 4 and 5. That he is not dead but alive. Why seek ye the living among the dead? Number 27, testimony of the angels. The angels say, the angels who had said that he was alive, that he live, that he is alive. What's wrong with people? What are you reading? The angels, what did they say? That he is resurrected. No, he said that he live, he is alive. They said no, he is not alive, he is dead. He did not say resurrected, but the actual word uttered by the angels was alive. Luke chapter 24 verse 23. 28, Mary Magdalene testifies. They heard that he was alive and had been seen by her. They believed not. Mark 16:11. Mary did not watch for a spook or a ghost or spirit of Jesus, but a live Jesus. What they could not believe was that the Master was alive. Mark 16:11. Number 29, Dr. Primrose, a senior anesthetist of the Royal Glasgow Infirmary, he says that the water in the blood was an account of scourging by staves and upset of the nervous vessels, that which was a sure sign that Jesus was alive. And now, the last and final one for tonight, Jesus had himself foretold that he was going to remain alive. Matthew chapter 12 verse 38, 39, 40. He himself had told that he was not to die. That is his prophecy. The Jews come to him again. They were coming again and again, making a mockery of the Master, Rabbi, Meester, ons wil graag 'n teken van u sien. So Master, we would have a sign of thee. We want you to show us a miracle to convince us that you are the man we are waiting for. You are our Messiah. En Jesus antwoord en sê vir hulle, 'n slegte en oorspellige geslag soek na 'n teken en geen teken sal aan hom gegee word nie. Is that an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, but there shall no sign be given unto it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. Want soos Jona, drie dae en drie nagte in die hart van die grootvis was, so sal die seun van die mens drie dae en drie nagte in die hart van die aarde wees. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the whale, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the earth. The only sign, he said, I'm prepared to give you is this, the sign of Jonah. And we are asking our Christian brethren, what was that sign? You know what was the sign of Jonah? Go to the book of Jonah. This is the book of Jonah. This is the book of Jonah, 1 page in the Bible. I enlarge it for you. It's hard to find. But you find it. You don't have to even go to it. If anybody has been to Sunday school, he knows the whole story. This is the book. This is the book of Jonah. I'm not exaggerating. There is only 1 page in the Bible called the book of Jonah. This one here. Front and back. 4 short chapters. It won't take you 2 minutes to read it, but you don't have to do that. Everybody knows the story. The Hindu knows it, the Christian knows it, the Muslim knows it, the Jew knows it, everybody knows about Jonah. Jonah in the whale. So Jesus says, the sign, the miracle that I'm going to show you is the miracle of Jonah. So we are asking, what miracle did Jonah perform? So you go to the book of Jonah and you read there that Jonah was sent to the Ninevites, a city called Nineveh of 100,000 people. God Almighty tells him, go to Nineveh and warn the people that they must repent in sackcloth and in ashes, meaning they must humble themselves before the Lord. But Jonah, instead of going to Nineveh, he goes to Joppa and he's running away. He's going to Tarshish. Because he's despondent that these materialistic people, wicked and adulterous generation of his time, they will not listen to me. So presumptuously, he is running away. And at sea there's a storm. And according to the superstitions of these people, anybody who runs away from his master's command creates such a turmoil at sea. So they began to question who can be responsible. So Jonah, Hazrat Yunus alayhi salam, Jonah now realizes that he's the guilty man because he's running away from his master's command. So he volunteers. He said, look, I'm the guilty man. God is after my blood and he's going to sink the boat to kill me. And in the process, you innocent people will die. You rather take me and you throw me overboard. It'll be all right for you. He makes a manly comeback. They say, no. You might be wanting to commit suicide. You want us to help you? No. We have our own system of finding out right from wrong. What is called casting of lots, like head or tail. And according to that system, it came to the turn of Jonah that Jonah was the guilty man. So they took him and they threw him overboard. So we are asking our Christian brethren that when they threw him overboard, was he dead or was he alive? But to make it easy for them, we have to tell them that, look, this man volunteered. And when a man volunteers, you don't have to strangle him before throwing. When a man volunteers, you don't have to spear him before throwing. When a man volunteers, you don't have to break his arm or limb before throwing. Am I right? He volunteered. He said, throw me. So when they threw him overboard, was he dead or was he alive? What do you say? What do you say? Tell me, quickly. Alive. A little more loud. I want to hear it from your mouth. Alive. A fish comes and gobbles him up. Dead or alive? Alive. From the fish's belly, he's praying to God for help. Do dead people pray? No. So he was alive. 3 days and 3 nights the fish takes him around the ocean. Dead or alive? Alive. On the 3rd day, vomits him on the seashore? Alive. Look, Jesus said, for as Jonah was, so shall the Son of Man be. The only miracle. He didn't say, blind Bartimaeus, I healed him. You know that woman with issues, she was bleeding for ages and she touched me and she got healed. You know those 2,000 pigs I destroyed. You know the fig tree, I dried it up from its very roots. Nothing. You know Lazarus, I brought him back from the dead. Nothing. The only sign I'm giving you is the sign of Jonah. What happened to Jonah is going to happen to me. The miracle of Jonah is my miracle. So we are asking, how was Jonah? Dead or alive? And the Jew says he was alive. And the Christians say he was alive. And the Muslims say he was alive. For 3 days and 3 nights, the man was alive through and through. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that you throw a man into a raging sea and he doesn't die. It's a miracle. A fish gobbles a man, he ought to die. He didn't die. It's a miracle. 3 days and 3 nights suffocation and heat in the whale's belly, he ought to die. He didn't die. It's a miracle. It's a miracle of a miracle of a miracle. Can you see? Impossibility. But that's what makes it a miracle, a sign. Now, ask our Christian brethren. How was Jesus in the tomb for 3 days and 3 nights? 1,200 million Christians, they say he was dead. Is that like Jonah in your language or unlike Jonah in your language? Is that suas Jonah or ni suas Jonah? Ask them. In your language. The man says one suas Jonah, like Jonah, Jengo Jonah. Yes. I said, in your language, please tell me, you are telling me, Jesus said he'll be like Jonah. You are telling me he was unlike Jonah. So who's speaking the truth, you or Jesus? Who is speaking the truth? Is Jesus lying or you are lying? Tell me now. Who between the two of you, the 1,000 million Christians or Jesus Christ? Who is not speaking the truth? Will you please tell us? He said he'll be like Jonah, and you say, and that's the only miracle. No, they say. He said, no, he was emphasizing the time factor. Can't you see? He said, for as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights. He uses the word 3, 4 times to emphasize the time factor. I said, look, there's nothing miraculous about a time factor. 3 days and 3 nights is not a miracle. The miracle is you expect a man to die and he doesn't die. That's a miracle. You know, the first time I came to your country, beautiful mother city, you know, it took me 3 days and 3 nights in that train, that old train, Orange Express. 3 days. So it's a miracle. The miracle of Deedat took him 3 days and 3 nights. Is that a miracle? It took me 3 days and 3 nights, man, coming from Durban to Cape Town. 3 days and 3 nights. I said, look, it's a miracle. He said, nonsense, silly. And how can you talk like that? Yes, how can I talk like that? He says, there's nothing miraculous about 3 days and 3 nights, or 3 weeks and 3 years, what it is, nothing. But the man, drowning man, clutching at straws, his whole salvation is depending on this. So he says, it's the day, the night and day. He says, no, it's a time factor. I said, all right, time factor. When was he crucified? So it's a Friday afternoon. How long was he on the cross? Some say 3 hours, some say 6 hours. I said, whatever you say, I accept. You know, the Jews were in a hurry to put him up. You know why? Because of the general public. He was a hero to the people. He was a hero to the people. And if your hero's life is in danger, there could be a riot. People, things can go out of hand. So before that happens, quickly, hurry, they wanted to hang him up. But when they put him up according to the scriptures, they're now in a hurry to bring him down. You know why? Because of the Sabbath. And Friday at sunset, according to the Jewish calculation, it is Saturday. We are now Saturday. According to Jews, this is Sunday. We are in Sunday night. According to Islamic calculation, we are in Sunday night. But for usage, we say Saturday night. Meet us here, otherwise you get confused. So, before sunset on Friday, they had to bring the body down. And they say they brought it down. That's all right. And they give him a burial wash, which takes a couple of hours, according to this Campus Crusade author. Couple of hours. And they put 100-pound weight of medicines around the man. Camphor and frankincense and what, 100 pounds. He just dumped it like that, 100 pounds. And then they put a winding sheet around him. By the time they finished, it's already evening. So Friday night, in the evening, they're supposed to have put him into the sepulchre. Right? And the whole Christian world says right. So Friday night, he's supposed to be in the grave. I said, watch my fingers. He says right, he said right. Saturday daytime, Jesus divided the day into day and night part. So we do the same. Saturday day, he's still supposed to be in the grave. Right, he said right. Saturday night, he's still supposed to be in the grave. Right, he says right. Sunday morning, first day of the week, Mary Magdalene goes to the tomb and the tomb is empty. Right, he says right. So how many days and how many nights? Believe me, that the learned man, the born again, he's looking between my 2 hands. I said, what's wrong? Can't you see? Look at this man. No, he can't. He's puzzled. You know why? Because once was Jonah, drie dagen en 3 nachten van de grootvis was, so zal de zien van hem 3 dagen en 3 nachten is in. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights. He has seen that. Now when he sees this, he's puzzled. Something has gone wrong. He's going to get caught. So he can't say, he can't make up his mind. I said, look, I will help you again. Look, I said, suppose. You know why? Because he could have come out Friday night. Around there was this vegetable garden and this secret disciples' home, mansion. But because the Bible doesn't say, we won't say. So watch again. Friday night, right? Saturday day, right? Saturday night, right? Sunday morning, he's not there. Right? He says right. How many days and how many nights? It's 2 nights and a day. Look, even an Einstein can't help you here. So he failed again a second time. He said he'll be like Jonah. You say he's unlike Jonah. You say, the Christians say he's unlike Jonah. That means one of you is lying, either Jesus Christ or you. You must decide between the two of you who is a liar. Number two, he said 3 and 3 and you only see 2 and 1.